As he stated, Mr. Dago observed that his outfit, Tino Solutions Limited, has trained close to 300 technicians in basic system design and installation of solar systems. He underscored the need for technicians to always keep abreast of modern methods and procedures to install solar panels. Our training programs are basically to bring the latest technology to Ghanaians. For the past 3 years, we have trained close to 300 technicians in basic system design and installation of solar systems, he added. He explained that a proper technician needed to understand the processes and dynamics before he or she climbed a roof to install a solar panel for the client. The minister together with the Minister of Defense, Police Director of Operations, and the Director General of NADMO were on an assessment tour of some of the flood areas in the Accra metropolis. The visit was to enable them to see for themselves the impact of last Monday's heavy downpour that hit most of the parts of the country. The minister and his entourage, who flew in an aircraft to have a better view of the flood situation, inspected areas like Odona, Dome, Kisiman, Kwabenya, Madina, and the Tema Community 18, 19, 20, and 25. Mr. Derry commended NADMO officers, other stakeholders, and the security agencies for the efforts to salvage the situation last night in the rescue work. Mr. Eric Nana Ajiman Prempe, the Director General of NADMO, said that after the assessment, they would present the report to the government to help victims temporarily with relief items. He said, "We are coordinating all the agencies responsible for the disaster management in the conduct of the needs assessment." He cautioned the public to be careful during the rainy seasons because there would be more rains. Assistant Commissioner of Police, Mr. Saiba Gariba, the Director of Operations of the Ghana Police Service, said with the coordination of the various agencies like NADMO, 48th Regiment of the Ghana Armed Forces and others, rescue work was carried out last night. He said going forward, we need to plan appropriately as we go into the raining season, and with the interagency planning, we can achieve more in our efforts. Efforts last night between the agencies actually paid off. The National Disaster Management Organization on Tuesday retrieved bodies of 2 persons said to have drowned in rapid flood waters following her and the siblings at the same time, but could not do so because she had to just save one. The other body retrieved was a 40-year-old woman. However, it is not clear how she drowned. Also, Mr. Kobna revealed that 4 other persons who live around the areas hit by the floods remain missing. Residents in the area like Kaneshi, Ashongman, Westlands, Adenta, Taifa, Cocoa Powder and Trasako were left frustrated as they spent several hours Monday night salvaging their properties and scooping out rainwater that had flooded their houses. In Accra, those in the Kaswa area, those in the Adenta area, those in Tema area, so there is a setup that is ready, he assured.
Here at So we are here at Kwame.
And I'm not sooner. And one total and I'm not sooner. I'm for Nema. A bit more about mobile phones. A bit also told Adriane. Omina, no, Munina, and so the Munina Nemako and Ra. I don't know on Baba yet. Nakadasa Casanca, Breno Yab, Drusabia. Oh, I can't work your Mabano. Nancomos, I see agree. But I drone tap.
However, a station master in the vicinity blamed the residents in the area for disobeying the government's order as they were asked to vacate the area.
And Okre Bakope, Rainway, one or two, a buying a juma. And if you see besides our buying so no, I say, wow, property, and what a buying limbiano, you flew because some baby juma, ever home. This is one tea, besides, say, Koban said, yeah, besides one was problem if you had one as a buying.
For 2 good months now, this railway road has been under construction by the government. One of the supervisors in charge of this construction, Mr. Peter Mensah, he refused to speak on camera, but he explained later on behind doors that the issue is not as a result of the HIP. My name is Kwiko Champo reporting for Campus TV. As you can see behind me, this is what is happening. There is
streets of The streets of Kwame Nkrumah interchange, popularly known as Dubai here in Accra, has been badly decorated with rubbish and refuse after the streets were flooded with yesterday's heavy downpour. Rainfall is nothing new in Ghana, but in Accra, it gets dreadful when it rains. This is because countless gutters have been choked in the capital city, which could result from the absence of gutters in some key locations in the city or the sheer negligence of the communists. Janet Boating of Campus TV News has the story.
So today on Social Active, we came out to find out how our power would be during seasons like this where the rain pours out heavily. Now as you can see here, I'm still on the Dubai stretch here in the capital city. We're asking ourselves, that's what is the AMA doing? It is 10 o'clock as I stand here, and I expect that by now the Zoom Lion or the AMA would have done something about it. On Shisharaksep, we ask your opinion on these things. Are we still to feel proud of the Ghana we live in? Do we think that our leaders and the people that hold position in the country are doing their job as expected of them? My name is Janet Boating on Shisharaksep.
Our attitude, our negative attitude people, will be a very good challenge, especially for the crowd assembly. Because you know, the rain that just stays back, everything goes down. Come and see the level of risk, and it is not anything to write over. So the assembly has the enforcement of the law, and they will leave us to deal with anybody how call for doubting discriminate, literally, or any rubbish in it.
you be let down.
Me say on from emo, ori eni juma, GMO basika. Abama meneo. Me say on from emo, ori eni juma, GMO basika. Ori in the Juma. They say on from Emo, Ori in the Juma. GNO Basika. It's just a click. Obia to me a bee, Miss May, Obia to me a bee, also ye no Basika, Obia to me a bee, Miss May, Obia to me a bee, also ye bee.
Star 712 hash all networks.
On The Vibe, we talk about every hot topics on campuses and beyond, keeping you updated on latest happening, fashion trends, and entertainment gist, and we help you break it all down. Don't worry, everything you need to know will be talked about here. Around here, if you're going to spill something, then spill it out now.
Have you? Have you realized?
Yes. When you go to App Store or Play Store, Google Play Store, sometimes you're being asked to accept something. Yeah, is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
The permissions?
Yes,
okay.
App permissions. So I want to go into details what they really are.
Okay, can you do that for us, please?
Okay, so now this app permission has got to do with your privacy.
Okay.
Now, do you know that, say you installed Instagram, Instagram has access to your camera. They can take pictures on your behalf if it's a bad app.
Really?
Yes. They can, some applications are used for calls, like maybe call apps. Call apps has access to your contacts, all your contacts on your phone.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so I would advise people not to be going to Play Store and be downloading anything they see there. Yeah, but Google has made sure that all the apps in Play Store are safe for download. But still, apps still find their way to get inside without passing through the proper procedure. So it is advisable that whenever you download any app from the Play Store, look at the permissions. What are they asking for? Say maybe a calendar app wants access to your microphone. Really, like, what does a calendar want with a microphone?
A microphone, exactly.
So you see, you have to be careful. So you download apps which are trusted, like Google's made app. They are good. Facebook, they are good. You see, there are some apps, they are top notch. They are they are well built.
Yes. The Instagram, the Twitter, the Facebook. Yes, and the list goes on and on. But there are some of the people download for no reason. For instance, keypads and soundtracks. And we also have sometimes even the font size. So for instance, you may have a font size asking for access to your contacts. The font size.
Yeah, so all these things are important, but it seems in this part of our country or this part of our world, we don't take security serious. We don't really take security serious at all.
It can be true with what you accept. Okay. They're just looking for the okay button to just tap on it. And that's all.
And those lists has been there for a reason. And I would want to talk about public Wi-Fi. I'm a bit of public Wi-Fi. You just see free Wi-Fi, then you connect. It's not good. It's not really a good habit. Because if a hacker wants to hack your information or anything, he can do it easily. So what is advisable is that you install a virtual private network. It's an application on Android. It's an
Me say on from emo, ori ene juma, tien mo basika. Abama meneo. Me say on from emo, ori ene juma, tien mo basika. Ori ene juma. Me say on from emo, ori ene juma, tien mo basika. It's just a click. Obia to me a bee, Miss May, Obia to me a bee, also ye no massacre, Obia to me a bee, Miss May, Obia to me a bee, also ye bee.
Star 712 Ash on networks.
On The Vibe, we talk about every hot topics on campuses and beyond, keeping you updated on latest happening, fashion trends, and entertainment gist, and we help you break it all down. Don't worry, everything you need to know will be talked about here. Around here, if you're going to spill something, then spill it out now.
On Tuesday, 9th June 2018, Senegal scored Poland in their Group H opener as they held on to a 2-1 victory in Spartak Stadium. That is the first victory of the African contingent. Took the lead in the 37th minute thanks to a wicked deflection from a shot as Thiago Trinak saw his block enter his own net. The first half ended with the Senegalese in the lead. Mbaye Niang doubled the lead of the Africans in the 60th minute. The West African side dominated the game for the greater part of it. But in the 87th minute, the Polish side pulled one back thanks to Gregor Krychowiak to take down the game to the wire. But as an African team soared, another fell. Egypt bowed out of the tournament thanks to a 2-1 defeat to the host in St. Petersburg. Ahmed Fatih conceded an own goal in the second half before the Russians added the second and the third in quick successions. Mohamed Salah put one back, but it was too late for the African side. This defeat means that the 2010 AFCON winners are out of the FIFA World Cup with even a game to go. They play Saudi Arabia in the last game of the FIFA World Cup 2018 going on in Russia. England's white ball evolution continues apace with Ian Morgan's men shattering the ODI world record for the second time in 2 years. After normalizing Pakistan for 4-4-4-3 wickets at Trent Bridge in 2016, England topped that by a considerable margin at the same venue on Tuesday as they took Australia for 4-8-1-6 wickets in the third ODI. Alex Hales had 147 wickets, John Bairstow had 139 wickets, Jason Roy had 83 wickets, and Skipper Morgan had 67 wickets as the All-Star when they smashed the records by 21 sixes and 41 fours after being inserted by Australian captain Tim Payne. Only New Zealand's women, who trashed 490 to 4 wickets against Ireland in Dublin earlier this month, have struck a higher total in an ODI. The hard-tackling defender John Boy has departed the club after failing to renew his deal, which expired at the end of last season. Sivasspor chairman has confirmed the departure of the Guinean alongside other players. He said the contracts of Brazilian Dos Santos, Guinean John Boy, Ukrainian Serhii Rybaka, and Senegalese Henri Saivet, together with Congolese's Thierry Bifuma, has come to an end. If there are players in there who have the desire to continue, we can meet again and get back into the team. Otherwise, we will have to look at other players and let the old ones go. The former Rennes defender has been linked with the move to Italy in the summer transfer window as the club looks to bolster their defensive ranks for the next season's journey. The Izmir-based side would have to ward off competitions from Denizlispor, who have entered the race for the Guinean international. John Boy made 58 appearances and scored 4 goals during his stay at Sivasspor.
One in 5 1 in 5 middle and high schools in New York, the nation's largest school district, now choose all of their students based on the factors like grades or state test scores. That intensifies an already raw debate about equity, representation, and opportunity that are raged since Mr. de Blasio proposed scrapping the one-day test now required to gain entry into New York's 8 elite high schools. Black and Hispanic students are underrepresented in many of the most selective screen middle and high schools, just as they are in the specialized high schools. In Los Angeles, the country's second largest district, there are only 2 selective high schools and 2 highly gifted magnet schools. Boston has 7 schools that screen all high schools, including the prestigious Boston Latin School, a feeder for Harvard University that has an entrance exam akin to New York's specialized high school test. In Seattle, the only screen schools are 2 elementary schools with accelerated curriculums for high capable students who pass the district administered gift tests. Unlike many cities, New York, with its 1.1 million students, also has a large base of middle-class families that attend the public schools, said Mr. Richard D. Kahlenberg, a senior fellow at the Century Foundation. Screen schools are a way to appeal to them and keep their children in the public schools, especially in a city where public housing projects sits beside million-dollar apartments, he said. But the result has been that New York, in essence, has replaced tracking within schools. But the result has been that New York, in essence, has replaced tracking within schools with tracking by school. Has replaced tracking within schools with tracking by school, where children with best records can benefit from the advanced class. On a recent rainy day, more than 400 sex offenders, gang members, and other inmates at the federal prison in this West Texas town weathered the storm by crowding into a 3-story building. 2 guards were on duty. One was a uniformed correctional officer, the other a health worker in civilian clothes, pitching in because there were not enough regular officers. Outside, along the security fences surrounding the sprawling prison campus, a worker who normally offers counseling to the inmates patrolled in a vehicle armed with 3 weapons. And in a unit reserved for the most dangerous inmates, a clerk from the commissary policed the corridors. The staffing crumbled at Big Spring is playing out federal prisons across the country as the Trump administration has curtailed hiring in its quest to reduce the size of the government. Some prisons are so pressed for guards that they regularly compel teachers, nurses, secretaries, and other support staff to step in. It was not uncommon in the past for prisons to occasionally call upon support workers as substitute guards, especially in emergencies. The practice, which leaves other prisons' functions short-handed, came under criticism as during the Obama administration, which moved in its final year to cut back. But as the shortages for correctional officers as Virginia Elementary School, named for a prominent general of the Confederacy, is to be renamed for the United States' first African-American president. The Richmond School Board voted 6-1 on Monday night to rename J.E.B. Stewart Elementary School as Barack Obama Elementary School. The vote came after the public weighed in and after students were asked to vote for their top choices out from a list of names that recognize both regional history and civil rights leaders. Stewart was a U.S. Army officer from Virginia. Who joined the Confederate Army when Virginia seceded from the Union and distinguished himself as a bold cavalry commander, reaching the rank of Major General. Having a name of an African American on anything, for that matter, is not going to change how we are treated, said Sapini, who is black. The renaming of the JEB Stewart Elementary School is part of a wider national conversation regarding what to do with monuments and institutions that honor the Confederacy. Most significantly, the decision to remove a statue from the Confederate General Robert E. Lee from a park in Charlottesville, Virginia, sparked violent protests last August. But Sapini said the response in the community has been overwhelmingly positive, with supporters offering to donate money to remake signs and plaques around the school. The biggest thing is providing students in Richmond public schools with opportunities and letting them know that there are infinite possibilities, Page said. Having that input and renaming the school is something that they will never forget. They are part of history, she said.
If you always keep your money in your wallet.
Hey, Afatogbe. Afume. Afume. Yamina Adam was say. Afume baby. About money, man. My way mu. Hey. Ofanen kabo. Hey. You see yellow car. You see that car. Ah, referee. I'm when you cry. Oh, maybe I'm going. I'm when you cry. I GM mobile money. Ariaba, Akita, Afun Baku, and not baby. So I had my GM mobile money. A percentage now, I have baby. Maybe here, I register. *712#. I register here. Ice! Oh, damn! Afatogbe! Obodo Messi! Obodo Messi! Wafom papa! Yamin shop! Don't you be baby? National York.
GN Mobile Money. Total convenience.
Your Saturday morning just got bigger and better with the Sports Basilica. Do you want to know what's trending and making waves in the world of sports? Then we bring you the most comprehensive in-depth sporting analysis and discussions from football, basketball, tennis to wrestling. Join me, Legit Manuel, and my top-notch panelists as we drive you through this journey of sports. Catch this and many more on Campus TV, your favorite.
Shatter, 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 shatter. Freedom, freedom, freedom. Shatter, 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 shatter.
Many Ghanaian actors Many Ghanaian actors and actresses have denied on several platforms that kissing in movies were not real and that they were just gimmicks and that camera tricks are used. However, in an interview with Yvonne Nelson, she said kissing in movies is true. According to Yvonne Nelson, from the onset, there were kissing roles she tolerated without camera tricks or edits. She said that in an interview, back in the day, of course we all kiss. We did that a couple of times. No tricks, we do kiss in movies, she said. She added that she will not accept kissing roles since she is now a mother of one. She, however, mentioned that if pushed, there would have to be a thorough medical checkup before any agreement can be met. Now, cases have affected the script I say yes to. Now we have to go to the hospital and test all around. I think we take things for granted. Now I have a baby and I am all she has, so I can't go on set and start being reckless. I am a very paranoid person. It will be difficult to kiss. It will be hard, she said. The Ghanaian music. The Ghanaian musician Charles Niama Mensah, also known as Shatawale, in a Facebook post on Tuesday stated that he sometimes feels journalists and bloggers are given too much freedom to dirty the country with lies. The musician, who was clearly not happy about some bloggers attributing a leaked sex tape to young actress Fela Makafui, in his Facebook post called for an urgent action to deal with media practitioners. The Ayo hitmaker expressed anger at Ghanaian bloggers and pledged his support for Fela Makafui over bloggers joined hair brand and business in.
If the first time when they say man, get the sock man dick, so you go put them out. Make it do what? Make it do what? Then go give you money. That one I get money past every blogger with the request. You see, I will teach some blogger lesson. You only this thing for Ghana. So negative news. Yesterday, Fela Makafui, today Shatawale, you go see. When I post nice things, the people they come, they do arguments and things. Charlie, make nobody can worry me. So in my personal life, if somebody put out there, you understand me? And if they have fun in my world, you understand me? If somebody by mistake press my snap way, that thing come. Then somebody take come say you do this thing. It be so the thing go there. And it's Ghana music industry. Me I not say no media man, they like me. So I know they like no media person. I know they like no media person now.